granting another extension for TikTok to find a new buyer or face a ban in the U.S. The president took to social media saying he's signing an executive order to keep the popular social media platform up and running for an additional 75 days as the U.S. continues to work with TikTok and China to close a deal. TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance had faced a Saturday deadline to sell the app as a U.S. based buyer to prevent it from going dark nationwide.
Now that we're at each other's throats, this trade war getting hot and getting even hotter, it really does look like TikTok might be sort of a bargaining chip of sorts. And I think that the president and the White House have always seen the platform as something as a point of leverage to extract concessions out of China. China, of course, is deeply reluctant to surrender its control of the platform.
And Amazon, the biggest e-com platform in the world, is among companies that has put in a bid to acquire TikTok. ByteDance has previously said it has no plans to sell the
Sacramento County Department of Health Services could lose about $26 million due to a nationwide order to rescind Health and Human Services funding from states. The money, first appropriated by Congress during the COVID pandemic, has been used by Sacramento County to fund 3 areas: addressing health disparities for communities disproportionately affected by chronic diseases, updating epidemiology infrastructure, and providing mobile vaccination clinics. Sacramento County's public health officer says the county received notification of the cuts on March 24th, and since then, all work related to that grant funding has stopped. Now health officials are scrambling for answers.
We work hard to ensure that our entire community is safe, and we will do the best we can. We will always continue to do the best we can, but we do need for the support, the financial support, to be able to make sure that our communities are safe.
And California joined 22 other states and the District of Columbia in a lawsuit to stop the HHS from terminating more than $11 billion altogether in grants. A federal judge announced she plans to issue a temporary order to prevent the cuts from being made while the case is heard.
Scores of people are fleeing from Nigeria's North Central Plateau state. This after more than 40 people lost their lives to a suspected communal violence incident in the state. Now, multiple villages came under attack in the violence that was sparked by the land dispute between the Muslim Fulani herders and mostly Christian farmers. The casualties, mostly women and children, mounted quickly from the initial 10 to 48. Now, in the images, dozens of people were seen carrying their belongings, some jumping onto pickup trucks, fleeing their villages in Bokos, Nigeria, after the deadly attack.
We had gunshot everywhere in this community. Then destroy our community, 4 communities, then destroy our houses, collecting all the goods that are inside the commodity that are inside the houses, then destroy it.
As Africa's most populous nation, Nigeria is witnessing a rise in land grabbing, political tensions and illegal mining that has pushed people into conflict. Now, describing the attack as barbaric, the Plateau chapter of the Gan Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria said that the herders should be the ones complaining about land grabbing by the farming communities. The military, on the other hand, has said that troops alongside local vigilante groups had engaged with the attackers and efforts are ongoing to apprehend the criminals. And our correspondent Louisa Olani has sent us this report from Lagos in Nigeria. Listen.
Attackers struck multiple villages Wednesday in Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, where deadly land disputes between Muslim Fulani herders and mostly Christian farmers are known to be frequent. As of Friday morning, Boko's local government official, Famasum Fadang, said 48 bodies had been recovered. A Red Cross official also said that the toll surpassed 40, mostly women and children. Plateau State Information Commissioner Joyce Ramnap on Friday condemned the latest killings and called on religious and community leaders to reinforce the message of peace, unity and lawful engagement. Sadly, for many Nigerians, especially in the north, the cycle of violence is no longer just a headline. It is a heartbreaking reality, as despite government's efforts to curb its recurrence, seems unabated. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olani reporting for WION World.
And I'm here because I feel strongly that our rights are being torn away from us, and that democracy is in a real state of disrepair and insult. And these people are here because this is a hands-off mobilization effort, and basically hands-off Medicaid, hands-off Medicare, hands-off reproductive rights, hands-off VA rights, hands-off, just hands-off, really. Hands off the lawyers that are trying to work against this administration, just to add a few.
Have you been affected by any way of the Trump administration? Some of the stuff that's been going on?
I think I've been insulted by this administration, and this is my way of protesting. Have I been personally? Yes. Yes.
What's going to happen in the next 4 years? What do you expect?
Oh, well, I know what I'd like to see happen, but clearly I can't say that on camera. But there's going to be disarray, and he's going to jump in there and say, I can fix this, when in reality, he caused this mess. And so people are going to go, oh, he's our savior.
Anything else you want to add that I haven't asked you?
Okay, for all you people who couldn't make it down here, please call, email, write your congressperson, your representatives, and tell them in no uncertain terms that you do not appreciate your rights being taken away from you.
I'm out here to protect democracy. I am 75 years old, and I cannot believe that I'm in a position like this in my own country, that I have to protect free speech, due process, the institutions that make this country great.
A lot of these people out here. What's wrong?
Well, I imagine for various and sundry reasons. I mean, we're losing. I mean, the Trump administration is just dismantling democracy, and everyone has a different reason for being here. So I'm here for a litany of reasons, and I think they need to be held accountable.
What do you think these next 4 years are going to be?
I can't predict. I know what I can't predict.
I think my sign says it right now, how I feel. We're not Russia, and that's what they're trying to do, make everybody afraid.
Yeah, I think everybody knows what the problem is. It's just that we need our people that have the power to do something about it,
Anyone else want to say something that I haven't asked you that you want to say?
I think this resistance is just going to grow. If you look at this, we're almost lined up all the way down to the LCA right now, and this is a growing resistance as Americans wake up and realize what is happening to their country that they love.
Tracy, tonight the Metro Atlanta Chamber of Commerce tells us nobody in Atlanta wins a trade war, and just overnight some small business owners here in Atlanta tell us they're already feeling the financial pain from these tariffs. Sheep Princeton owner Dr. Sheridan Reynolds shared with me this email from a distributor they use from China with the subject, key policy changes effective immediately. This came to her inbox after President Trump issued the 54% tariffs on Chinese goods. Reynolds will now have to pay more for shipping, and an $800 duty-free threshold was eliminated. Reynolds said she will have to pay these costs to her customers, and these tariffs hit beyond her business.
It's like a domino effect that all of this may be wiped away over something as simple as a unnecessary argument about goods and tariffs and trade that really impacts the everyday people. It breaks my heart.
And how are these tariffs impacting farmers? The Department of Agriculture here in Georgia says they are hearing from farmers, saying that they're worried not just about tariffs on imports, but also retaliatory tariffs on exports. And we reached out to the Department of Agriculture. The commissioner, Tyler Harper, said he supports President Trump's efforts to negotiate better trade deals, adding, quote, in the short term, retaliatory tariffs will cause uncertainty for our farmers and producers, and we are working directly with the Trump administration to help ensure our farmers' needs are met. Yes, these tariffs are certainly causing uncertainty for small businesses and farmers, but as you just heard, we're starting to hear about real financial impacts of these tariffs here in Metro Atlanta. In Midtown, Patrick Quinn, Atlanta News First.
Hey, مرمي بسرعة
They're digging them out in their uniforms, with their gloves on. They were here to save lives. Instead, they ended up in a mass grave. Their vehicles, their ambulances, UN vehicles, civil defense vehicles are crushed and dumped, covered in sand next to us. It's an absolute horror. What has happened here? This should never happen. Healthcare workers should never be a target.
Дорогі українці і українки, зараз тривають рятувальні роботи в Кривому Розі після удару російської ракети. Попередньо балістика. Станом на цей час відомо про 14 загиблих, серед них 6 дітей. Мої співчуття рідним та близьким. Багато постраждалих, пошкоджені будинки. Ракета ударила фактично по території поруч із житловими будинками в дитячий майданчик. Звичайні вулиці. Це просто нелюди, сволота, всі, хто може таке робити. Слова нормального про цих російських покидьків немає. І сьогодні ж в Харкові весь день тривали рятувальні роботи після удару російських дронів. Цілеспрямований удар 6 шахедів. На жаль, 5 людей загинули, 34 людини постраждали. Загалом за одну тільки минулу ніч було 78 ударних дронів, із них 56 шахедів. Сьогодні ж у Херсоні новий цілеспрямований удар російського FPV-дрона по об'єкту енергетики, по Херсонській ТЕЦ. Такі удари не можуть бути випадковістю. Росіяни знають, що це саме об'єкт енергетики, і що такі об'єкти мають бути захищені від будь-яких ударів згідно із тим, що Росія пообіцяла американській стороні. Всі російські обіцянки закінчуються ракетами і дронами, бомбами чи артилерією. Дипломатія для них – це пусте слово. І тому потрібен тиск, достатній тиск на Росію, щоб вони відчували наслідки кожного свого обману, кожного удару, кожного дня, коли вони забирають життя людей і затягують війну. Вже могло би бути досягнуто припинення вогню. Саме Путін це відкидає. Саме Москва не йде на припинення вогню вже з 11 березня. І це саме їм там, в Росії, потрібна війна. І очевидно, що просто розмовами чи очікуваннями Росію до миру не примусити. Вдячний всім світі, хто своєю силою допомагає дипломатії та всім зусиллям заради чесного миру стати ефективними. Розраховуємо на Америку, на Європу, на інших партнерів. Розраховуємо на їх змогу натиснути на єдину причину війни, а саме на російське бажання знищувати та вбивати. Сьогодні були доповіді військових, головкома, начальника Генерального штабу, міністра оборони України. Зміцнюємо наш захист. Пояснюємо партнерам, що потрібно, щоб наші позиції стали сильніше. А отже, щоб дипломатія стала сильніше. Дуже важливо, що сьогодні в Україні відбулася зустріч наших військових з представниками партнерів Британія, Франція, саме військові команди. І розмова вже дуже детальна про розміщення безпекових контингентів в Україні. Є відчутний прогрес. Я сьогодні особисто подякував нашим партнерам за це. Ми формуємо спільне бачення і конкретну основу для гарантування безпеки. Ми в Україні не просто прагнемо миру, але й будуємо чітку стратегію, як зробити мир дійсно надійним, дійсно тривалим. Я вдячний всім в Європі, хто нам у цьому допомагає. І важливо, щоб ця робота і подальша безпека були підтримані Сполученими Штатами. І ще одне. За підсумками спілкування з нашими громадами на Чернігівщині вчора, ми домовились з громадами, що дамо спеціальну підтримку для прифронтових громад та для прикордонних, які межують з Росією. Сьогодні урядовці вже погодили параметри підтримки. Йдеться про перший внесок, щонайменше це буде 2 мільярди гривень для 200 громад на Донеччині, в Запоріжжі, Харківщина, Херсонщина, Сумщина, Чернігівщина, Миколаївська область та Луганщина. Також громади Дніпровщини. І будемо дивитись на результат використання цих коштів і будемо продовжувати цю фінансову підтримку. Це гроші, які можна буде використовувати додатково на найбільш гострі безпекові потреби. Те, що стосується передусім захисту людей, ремонту і відновлення, спеціального транспорту, будівництва укриттів. Я доручив уряду оперативно направити кошти в громади. Дякую всім, хто працює заради України. Всім, хто підтримує та допомагає нам. Слава Україні!